On July 16, 2022, this day became special for Islam Makhachev. Finally, the title fight between him and Charles Oliveira was officially announced. This fight will be held on October 22 on the Fighting Island in Abu Dhabi. Everything as Islam wanted. Is this an easy fight for Islam Makhachev? He will translate and strangle Charles Oliveira. In this fight, you can expect anything. Hello fighters, with you channel MMA Iron. In this video, I will tell you what Islam Makhachev will be able to defeat Charles Oliveira and take the belt. But before starting this video, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and put a like so that every MMA fan will see this video. Rumors about this fight began long before the official announcement. Back in 2021, there was a rumor that Islam Makhachev's fight against Charles Oliveira was in development, but it was never confirmed, where in the end Islam was given a fighter who was on the 15th line of the rating, and Charles went further to the title fight. It seemed that this was not fair, but the UFC did not consider this and gave Islam fighters who were not in the top. But Makhachev continued to win, and still the company could not help but notice it, and after the fight with Dan Hooker, he was given a fight against Rafael dos Anjos. But alas, this fight did not take place due to injury. Then Bobby Green came out as a substitute for the Brazilian, where he lost in the first round. Many fans wanted to see Islam's fight against Darius, since the fight with a non-rated fighter promotion could not give, and the UFC decided to arrange this fight. But again, Islam's opponent flies, and now he has to wait for the title fight. And this happened on July 16. They officially announced the fight for the vacant lightweight title between Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev. And in this video, I will try to tell in detail why Islam Makhachev will destroy Charles Oliveira and become the new champion from Russia. Wrestling. The first and most important aspect that will help Islam defeat Oliveira is its Dagestani struggle. He's been wrestling all his childhood. He's competed in various competitions, and that kind of experience will obviously give him a big plus in a fight against a Brazilian. As I know, Charles is a representative of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's dangerous on the ground. At any second, he can do some trick and make you knock. Let's take a look at who he's beaten with tricks lately. Justin Gaethje, who won't be hard to control. Dustin Poirier, who also has problems with wrestlers, but he never managed to get Michael Chandler to give up. You may ask, why? It's simple. Michael is a free wrestler by base. His style is an attacking struggle, and with such fighters, Charles has always had difficulties. And Islam is kind of like Michael, just as strong, owns a wave of wrestling, only they don't have much of a difference. Makhachev is an improved version of all wrestlers. As long as he's at lightweight, no one can give him a competitive fight, including Oliveira. I think the fight will go according to this scenario. Islam will fight in a stand-up for the first few seconds, but as soon as he realizes that you can make a takedown, then he will press Charles to the cage and throw him through his thigh. This is the essence of Makhachev's game plan. He will not make a two-legged pass like a fool, where you can get to the reception. Islam will press Charles to the sect and calmly translate, especially since the Brazilian does not have muscular strength. He is an ordinary thin guy who will not be difficult to lower into the stalls. Let's sum up not much on this aspect of Islam, really to the level above all in lightweight. Most fans believe that Oliveira will become the most difficult opponent of the Dagestani precisely because of the struggle. Where did you take it? Islam fought, in my opinion, with a more advanced wrestler named Arman Tsarukyan. But even then, he was able to control and win the fight. Of course, Charles is good in terms of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but Makhachev will be ready for this. He will work out all the ways out of the pain X, suffocating, which surprised Oliveira. Makhachev not as he could not. Stamina. Then we have the endurance of the fighter, but you may not understand me again. Now I will try to tell you everything in detail. Makhachev finishes his last fights early, but before that, he easily went through all 3 rounds, and in the fight against Thiago Moises, he showed that he can breathe calmly in the 4th round. Islam has been working at his own pace for a long time, and he got used to it. A couple of minutes of striking technique, and then the struggle and so on. And due to his permanence, I am confident in his endurance more than in Oliveira. Charles spent his last fights almost not at full strength, and he managed to win the first rounds. And what will happen if he does not manage to finish his opponent? How then he will act, since he spent all his strength in the first round? You can tell me that Islam will also finish everyone in the first round, but Makhachev, unlike Oliveira, does it without wasting his strength. He works at his usual pace, and the opponents themselves cannot stand it and give up. This was evident in the fight against Dan Hooker and Bobby Green. It was clear that Islam is not in a hurry, but cold-bloodedly interrupts his opponents. And this distinguishes Makhachev from Oliveira. Islam does not invest to the full in his fights, and Charles from the very first rounds begins to look for a finish, which can plague very badly in a fight with the Dagestani. As I said, Islam is not a stupid guy. If necessary, he will give Oliveira a little work so that he shows all his best blows. And after I think one round, Islam will begin to methodically analyze Charles Oliveira. And this is how he can defeat him. I understand you could be disagreeing with me. Each person has his own opinion. So I'm waiting for you in the comments. Neat style. Most likely, none of the MMA bloggers will even think about it. But I came up with such an idea, and why not? According to the fights of Islam Makhachev, it is clearly clear that he videos his fights neatly. Even too neatly. He has a record. He has the lowest percentage of missed blows in the history of lightweight. And for Charles Oliveira, it will be a real problem, because he is used to hitting, pressing, hitting his opponent. And then most of the blows, in my opinion, will be passed. Okay, just by. But the blows with which you miss, you worsen your endurance. So what will happen if Islam does not allow the Brazilian to work at full strength? Neutralizes his strengths. What will he do then? Makhachev's neat style can also cause a lot of problems. If you are used to exchanging blows, then a fight with Makhachev, it will be difficult for you. If you are used to knocking out your opponents in the first round, then you can refuse this in a fight with Islam Makhachev. In general, to put it briefly, Islam's opponents have to limit themselves in many ways in order to adapt to the fight and the style of the opponent. Everyone criticizes Islam for this style of introducing the fight, but they do not understand that with the help of this style, he can smash the entire division and become a difficult opponent for everyone in the lightweight division. Since this style has practically no disadvantages, some solid pluses, the biggest minus in this style is entertainment. The fan clearly will not like it, and the rest is one advantage. Training with Khabib. While the last point for today's video is training with Khabib. As we know, Islam is his best friend, and where Makhachev is 100% Khabib. He helps him in everything, in training, in life, in spiritual terms. Nurmagomedov clearly does not say bad things, but most importantly, he helps him prepare, tells him various tips and secrets in the fight. And in the fight against Oliveira, the advice of Nurmagomedov, there must be who else, if not he, will come up with a game plan for the fight against Charles, who will help him progress, of course, the Eagle. And I am 100% sure for the fight against Charles Oliveira, Islam will come out completely ready and confident.